Patrick Mahomes' legacy. Is he already a Hall of Famer? In the storied history of the NFL, few players have redefined their position as swiftly and spectacularly as Patrick Mahomes. At just 28 years old, the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback has amassed a resume that rivals the game's all-time greats. With 2 Super Bowl victories, sports talk shows, and barbershops alike, is he already a Hall of Famer? To answer that, we must trace the arc of his meteoric standout at Texas Tech. Mahomes was a polarizing prospect, a gunslinger with a cannon arm and a penchant for improvisation, but with questions on the bench, learning behind veteran Alex Smith. For a year, he absorbed Reid's intricate offensive system, refining his phenom threw for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns, numbers that evoked comparisons to Peyton Manning and Tom Brady at their peaks. His electrifying play earned him the NFL MVP award, a rare honor for the Mahomes era had begun, and the league was on notice. A championship legacy. On February 2, 2020, in Miami, Mahomes faced his defining moment. Trailing the San Francisco 49ers 20-10 in the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 54, the Chiefs seemed destined for defeat. But Mahomes, with the poise of a veteran, orchestrated a comeback for the ages. His clutch passes and fearless scrambles sparked a 21-point surge, securing a 31-20 victory and earning him Super Bowl MVP honors. At 24, Mahomes had his first championship, joining the NFL's elite. 3 years later, Mahomes faced another test in Super Bowl 57 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Battling a nagging ankle injury, he delivered a masterclass in resilience. With the game on the line, Mahomes engineered a late drive to set up a game-winning field goal, clinching a 38-35 thriller. His second Super Bowl MVP award followed, and at 28, Mahomes had 2 rings, a feat that eludes most quarterbacks over an entire career. Mahomes' championship resume is staggering. He's achieved what many quarterbacks only dream of, and he's done it in record time. But his legacy isn't just about hardware. It's about how he's reshaped the game itself. Mahomes' impact. Patrick Mahomes doesn't play quarterback, he redefines it. His style is a mesmerizing blend of athleticism, creativity, and precision. He extends plays, turning collapsing pockets into opportunities for magic. He throws from impossible angles, sidearm, underhand, even no-look passes that leave defenders grasping at air. His ability to read defenses while on the move keeps opponents perpetually off balance, forcing coordinators to rewrite their playbooks. The Mahomes effect extends beyond the pros. Across college and high school fields, young quarterbacks emulate his dynamic style, scrambling, improvising, and taking risks. From dual-threat stars like Caleb Williams to high school prospects dreaming of the NFL, Mahomes has inspired a new archetype, the quarterback who plays like a point guard, blending structure with spontaneity. His influence is reshaping how the position is coached and played at every level. On the field, Mahomes is a catalyst. His energy galvanizes the Chiefs, transforming them into a perennial superpower. Off the field, his creativity has made Kansas City a destination for offensive talent, with players eager to play in Reid's system alongside a quarterback who makes the impossible routine. Mahomes hasn't just elevated his team, he's elevated the sport. The case for the Hall. Let's talk numbers. 2 Super Bowl victories. 2 Super Bowl MVPs. 2 NFL MVP awards. Over 20,000 passing yards and 150 touchdowns by age 28. These aren't just statistics, they're a Hall of Fame portfolio. Compare Mahomes to legends like Joe Montana, Tom Brady, or Peyton Manning at the same age, and his accomplishments hold up. Montana had 2 rings by 28, Brady had 1, Manning had none. Mahomes is not just in their company, he's setting the pace. The Pro Football Hall of Fame honors players who dominate their era and leave an indelible mark on the game. Mahomes checks both boxes. His accolades are matched by his impact on the Chiefs, turning a franchise with a storied past into a modern dynasty. His clutch performances, think Super Bowl comebacks and game-winning drives, echo the heroics of the game's immortals. At 28, Mahomes is still in his prime. If he retired tomorrow, his resume would likely earn him a gold jacket in Canton. But his youth suggests his legacy is only beginning. The question isn't whether he's Hall of Fame worthy, it's how high he'll climb among the all-time greats. Beyond the numbers, Mahomes is more than a stat sheet. He's a leader who inspires. On the field, he rallies his teammates through adversity, whether it's a double-digit deficit or a hobbled ankle. Off the field, he's a global icon. His charisma, a mix of small-town humility and superstar swagger, resonates with fans worldwide. From charity events to youth camps, Mahomes connects with the next generation, serving as a role model for aspiring athletes. His cultural impact is undeniable. Endorsement deals, viral social media moments, and appearances on everything from late-night shows to Saturday Night Live have made him a household name. He's not just a football star, he's a brand, bringing the NFL to new audiences. Yet, despite the fame, Mahomes remains grounded, a Texas kid who never forgets his roots. Mahomes' legacy transcends wins and losses. He represents possibility, the idea that creativity and courage can redefine what's possible. For every kid in a Mahomes jersey mimicking his throws in the backyard, he's a symbol of what hard work and imagination can achieve. Conclusion: is Patrick Mahomes already a Hall of Famer? The numbers say yes: 2 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, and a statistical resume that rivals the greats. The impact says yes: a revolutionary style that's reshaped the quarterback position and inspired a generation. The intangibles say yes: leadership, charisma, and a cultural presence that transcends the sport. At 28, Mahomes has already etched his name into the annals of NFL history. His bust in Canton seems all but assured. But knowing Mahomes, he's not done yet. As he continues to dazzle, lead, and win, one thing is clear: Patrick Mahomes isn't just building a legacy, he's crafting a legend that will echo for generations. The Chiefs' secret weapon: analyzing their underrated players. The Kansas City Chiefs have built a modern dynasty, with 3 Super Bowl victories in 5 years and a perennial presence in the AFC Championship game. While stars like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones dominate headlines, the team's success hinges on a roster brimming with unsung heroes. These fans form the backbone of the Chiefs' championship machine. From clutch special teams plays to selfless blocking, their contributions are the hidden gears that keep Kansas City's engine roaring. This article dives into the vital roles these players fill, their impact beyond the stat sheet, and how they embody the team's culture of collective excellence. The unsung heroes of the Chiefs. In the NFL, depth is the difference between good teams and great ones. A championship roster isn't just about superstars, it's about the players who step up in critical moments, even with limited snaps. The Chiefs' depth has been a hallmark of their success, with role players delivering when it matters most. Every player, from the 53rd man to the practice squad, has a role, whether it's locking down a key block, making a tackle on special teams, or providing veteran leadership. Take the 2024 season's Week 17 matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. With the Chiefs trailing by 10 points in the third quarter, special teams ace Jalen Watson blocked a punt, swinging momentum and setting up a touchdown drive. Watson, a cornerback who rarely sees defensive snaps, has become a special teams dynamo, logging tackles and forcing turnovers in punt coverage. Similarly, in the 2023 Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Allegretti, a backup offensive lineman, stepped in for an injured Joe Thuney and played 79 snaps without allowing a single sack, helping protect Mahomes in a 38-35 thriller. These moments underscore how depth players can turn games and seasons around. The Chiefs roster is a testament to general manager Brett Veach's knack for finding talent that fits Andy Reid's system. Players like Jerick McKinnon, a running back who thrives in pass protection, have been invaluable in third-down situations, giving Mahomes time to work his magic. These contributions may not light up the stat sheet, but they are the glue that holds the Chiefs' high-octane offense together. Beyond the stars, introducing the Chiefs' secret weapon. Every championship team has its secret weapons, players who fly under the radar but execute critical roles that shape victories. For the Chiefs, these players are the unsung linchpins of their game plan. They may not have Pro Bowl resumes, but their work in the trenches, on special teams, or in situational defense is indispensable. Consider Justin Reid, the safety who has stabilized Kansas City's secondary since joining in 2022. While not as heralded as former Chief Tyrann Mathieu, Reid's versatility, 95 tackles, 3 sacks, and 9 quarterback hits in 2023, makes him a cornerstone of Steve Spagnuolo's defense. His ability to blitz, cover, and lead the secondary earned him recognition as one of the NFL's most underrated players in 2024. Reid's on-field communication ensures the defense stays aligned, a role that doesn't show up in box scores but is vital to stopping opponents like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. Another secret weapon is Drew Tranquill, a linebacker who joined the Chiefs in 2023 after stints with the Los Angeles Chargers. Tranquill's knack for blitzing and covering tight ends has bolstered Kansas City's linebacker core alongside Nick Bolton and Willie Gay. In the 2023 AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens, Tranquill's pass breakup on a third-down play forced a punt, preserving a slim lead. His signing not only strengthened the Chiefs but weakened a division rival, showcasing Veach's strategic roster building. Special teams standout Tommy Townsend, the Chiefs punter, is another overlooked gem. In 2022, Townsend earned All-Pro honors with a career-high 45.6 net yards per punt, pinning opponents deep and giving Kansas City's defense favorable field position. His 66-yard punt in a 2023 divisional playoff win over the Buffalo Bills flipped the field, setting up a defensive stand. These players embody the Chiefs' philosophy. Every role, no matter how small, is critical to the bigger picture. The impact of underrated players, more than just stats. The value of Kansas City's unsung heroes transcends statistics. Their impact lies in their commitment, leadership, and ability to elevate team morale. Take Jerick McKinnon, whose selflessness shines through in his willingness to block for Isaiah Pacheco or protect Mahomes on 3rd and long. In a 2023 interview with The Athletic, McKinnon emphasized his mindset, "I don't care if I touch the ball. I just want to do whatever helps us win." His veteran presence in the running back room has mentored younger players like Pacheco, fostering a culture of accountability. Similarly, Nick Allegretti has earned the respect of his teammates for his readiness to step into high-pressure situations. After his Super Bowl 57 performance, Mahomes praised Allegretti's grit, saying, "He's the guy you want in the foxhole with you." Such anecdotes highlight how these players build trust and cohesion, which are as crucial as any touchdown. Allegretti's ability to seamlessly replace a starter like Thuney preserved the offensive line's chemistry, a factor in Kansas City's ability to rally from a 10-point deficit. On defense, Justin Reid's leadership has been a game-changer. In a 2024 Sports Illustrated feature, defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo called Reid an extension of the coaching staff on the field. His pre-snap adjustments and vocal presence have helped younger players like Jaden Hicks adapt to the NFL. These intangibles, communication, preparation, and sacrifice, create a ripple effect, enabling stars like Mahomes and Kelce to shine. The Chiefs' success in close games, 8 one-score victories in 2024 alone, owes much to these players. Whether it's Townsend's punts forcing long fields or Tranquill's timely blitzes, their contributions tilt the scales in Kansas City's favor. They don't chase glory, they chase rings, and their teammates know it. A deeper look, the unsung heroes of the Chiefs dynasty. The Chiefs dynasty, with Super Bowl wins in 2020, 2023, and 2024, is often credited to Mahomes' brilliance or Reid's play calling. But the foundation lies in the team's depth and culture, where every player buys into the collective mission. The unsung heroes are the embodiment of this ethos. Players like Jalen Watson, who transitioned from a 7th-round pick to a special team stalwart, exemplify Kansas City's ability to develop talent. Watson's blocked punt against Pittsburgh wasn't a fluke, it was the result of relentless film study and hustle, traits the Chiefs instill in every player. Kansas City's locker room culture, fostered by Andy Reid and veterans like Kelce, emphasizes mutual support. Footage from the Chiefs' 2024 Super Bowl celebration shows Mahomes embracing Allegretti and Reid hyping up Watson, moments that reveal the team's camaraderie. This unity is no accident. Reid's philosophy, as he told NFL.com in 2023, is simple: everybody eats. Whether it's a star or a backup, every player gets a chance to contribute. The Chiefs' scouting and coaching staff deserve credit for identifying players who fit this mold. Veach's draft picks, like Tranquill and Watson, and savvy free agent signings, like Reid and McKinnon, reflect a focus on versatility and character. These players don't just fill roster spots, they enhance the team's adaptability, allowing Kansas City to weather injuries or adjust to opponent schemes. The result is a dynasty that thrives not just on talent but on trust. Beyond the spotlight, the legacy of underrated players. The Chiefs' story is a reminder that football is the ultimate team sport, where every player's contribution matters. Stars like Mahomes and Kelce may draw the spotlight, but players like Reid, Tranquill, Allegretti, Watson, and Townsend are the unsung architects of Kansas City's success. Their legacy lies not in individual accolades but in the rings they've helped secure and the culture they've helped build. Recognizing these players is about more than giving credit, It's about appreciating the essence of a championship team. They embody the grit, sacrifice, and selflessness that define the Chiefs' identity. As fans, we're drawn to the highlight reels, but the blocked punts, the perfectly timed blitzes, and the unheralded blocks are what pave the way for those moments. These players don't seek fame, they seek victory, and their impact resonates in every trophy Kansas City hoists. The Chiefs' dynasty is a testament to the power of collective effort. So, the next time you watch Mahomes launch a 50-yard bomb or Kelsey Hall in a contested catch, spare a thought for the unsung heroes, the blockers, the tacklers, the punters, who make it all possible. They are the Chiefs' secret weapon, and their legacy is woven into the fabric of Kansas City's greatness. Let's celebrate them, not just for what they do, but for what they represent, the heart of a champion. The Chiefs' draft strategy, analyzing their picks and potential impact. The Kansas City Chiefs, a cornerstone of NFL excellence, have solidified their status as a modern dynasty with 3 Super Bowl victories in 5 years. Yet, even dynasties must evolve to stay dominant. The 2025 NFL Draft offered the Chiefs a chance to address critical roster needs and reinforce their championship pedigree. With 8 picks, including a first-round selection at number 31, General Manager Brett Veach and head coach Andy Reid crafted a draft class aimed at bolstering the trenches, enhancing depth, and securing long-term stability. This article dissects the Chiefs' 2025 draft strategy, analyzes their key selections, and explores the immediate and future impact of these new faces on Kansas City's quest for continued glory. Setting the stage, the Chiefs' draft blueprint. Recap of the 2024 season. The 2024 season saw the Chiefs finish with a 12-5 record, reaching Super Bowl 59 but falling 40-22 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes remained a transcendent force, accounting for 72.5% of the team's offensive yards, the highest share of any NFL quarterback. The offense, powered by Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and emerging stars like Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, was dynamic but exposed weaknesses in the offensive line. Mahomes was sacked a career-high 6 times in the Super Bowl, highlighting vulnerabilities at tackle. Defensively, Chris Jones anchored a stout unit, but the loss of key contributors like Tershawn Wharton and Justin Reid in free agency left gaps, particularly at defensive tackle and in the secondary. Special teams, led by kicker Harrison Butker and punter Tommy Townsend, remained a strength, but depth across the roster needed reinforcement to sustain Kansas City's championship aspirations. The 2025 NFL Draft context. The 2025 NFL Draft, held in Green Bay, Wisconsin, was marked by a deep pool of talent at premium positions like offensive tackle, defensive line, and cornerback. The Chiefs, picking 31st after their Super Bowl appearance, faced the challenge of finding impact players late in each round. With 8 picks, 4 in the top 100, including 2 third-rounders, Veach had the flexibility to address immediate needs while investing in developmental prospects. The draft's depth at tackle and defensive line aligned perfectly with Kansas City's priorities, allowing Veach to target high-upside players without reaching. Key draft needs. Entering the draft, the Chiefs' most pressing needs were clear. Offensive tackle. The signing of Jalen Moore addressed left tackle short-term, but his history as a backup and Jawan Taylor's struggles, 42 penalties over 2 seasons, underscored the need for a long-term solution. Defensive line. With Wharton and Derek Nady departing, the Chiefs lacked depth behind Chris Jones. A pass-rushing defensive tackle and edge depth to complement George Karlaftis were priorities. Running back. Isaiah Pacheco's bruising style needed a dynamic complement, especially with Pacheco, Elijah Mitchell, and Kareem Hunt all unsigned beyond 2025. Cornerback. Trent McDuffie and Christian Fulton formed a solid starting duo, but depth was thin, and special teams contributions were crucial. Wide receiver and linebacker. With a crowded receiver room and veteran linebackers like Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill, these were secondary needs, but special teams and future depth were considerations. Dissecting the picks. Early round surprises. First round analysis. Josh Simmons, OT, Ohio State, number 31. The Chiefs traded back 1 spot with the Philadelphia Eagles, gaining a 5th-round pick, later traded, and selecting Ohio State offensive tackle Josh Simmons. A 6 feet 5 inches, 310-pound lineman, Simmons was a top 15 talent before a torn patellar tendon ended his 2024 season. His pre-injury tape showcased elite athleticism, with an 82.2 PFF pass-blocking grade and fluid movement in space. Simmons, who played left tackle at Ohio State and right tackle at San Diego State, offers versatility and long-term upside. Strengths. Simmons explodes out of his stance, displaying balance, knee bend, and strong hands to counter pass rushers. His 2023 season earned him honorable mention All Big Ten honors, and his recovery timeline suggests he'll be ready for training camp. Weaknesses: the knee injury raises durability concerns, and his technique can be raw against savvy edge rushers. He'll need coaching to refine his footwork. Fit: Simmons is a potential franchise left tackle, a position Kansas City has sought since Orlando Brown Jr.'s departure. He'll compete with Moore for the starting role, with Andy Reid confirming Simmons' readiness for camp. Brett Veach called him a future starter and difference-maker, signaling confidence in his ability to protect Mahomes. If healthy, Simmons could anchor the line for a decade, addressing a critical need exposed in the Super Bowl loss. Second-round insights: Omar Norman-Lott, DT, Tennessee, number 63. In the second round, the Chiefs selected Tennessee defensive tackle Omar Norman-Lott, a 6 feet 2 inches, 291-pound disruptor. Norman-Lott's 18.9% pass rush win rate led the nation in 2024, and his 88.3 PFF pass rush grade ranked in the 95th percentile. A polarizing pick due to his size and inconsistent run defense, he drew mixed rankings. Pro Football Focus had him at 27th overall, while NFL.com's Daniel Jeremiah omitted him from his top 150. Strengths: Norman-Lott's first-step quickness and violent hands make him a nightmare on passing downs. His 2024 season included 18 tackles and 4 sacks, showcasing his ability to collapse pockets. Weaknesses: his undersized frame struggles against double teams, and his run defense needs refinement. Some scouts viewed the pick as a reach given the talent available. Fit: Norman-Lott is a rotational pass rusher who can learn behind Chris Jones. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo values versatile linemen, and Norman-Lott's burst fits Kansas City's aggressive front. He replaces Wharton's role as a situational disruptor, with Veach noting his pro-ready traits for third-down packages. While a risky pick, his upside could bolster a thinning defensive tackle group. Third round and beyond: depth and versatility. The Chiefs' remaining picks focused on depth, special teams, and future potential. Ashton Gillette, DE, Louisville, round 3, number 66, a relentless edge rusher with 26.5 career sacks. Gillette's 41 tackles for loss and 15 pressures in 2024 make him a high-motor addition. Despite lacking elite length, he fits Spagnuolo's scheme as a sub-package rusher and could supplant Mike Dana by season's end. Bold prediction: Gillette records 15 pressures as a rookie. Noel Williams, CB, California, round 3, number 85, a first-team All-American with 7 interceptions in 2024, Williams allowed a 40.1 passer rating in coverage. He'll compete with Jalen Watson for the CB3 role and contribute on special teams, addressing depth needs post-Justin Reed. Jalen Royals, WR, Utah State, round 4, number 133, a vertical threat with 21 touchdowns over 2 seasons, Royals was a steal at number 133, ranked 72nd by Mel Kiper Jr. With Worthy, Rice, and others ahead, he'll likely impact special teams as a kick returner. Jeffrey Bassa, LB, Oregon, round 5, number 156, a former safety-turned-linebacker, Bassa's 236 career tackles and coverage skills add depth behind Bolton and Tranquil. His special teams experience ensures immediate contributions. Brashard Smith, RB, SMU, round 7, number 228, a converted wide receiver. Smith's 4.4 speed and pass-catching ability add dynamism to a slow, one-note backfield. He could shine as a returner and change-of-pace back. These picks reflect Veach's strategy of targeting premium positions, tackle, defensive line, cornerback, early while adding versatile, high-value players later. The focus on special teams, Williams, Royals, Bassa, and Smith all have experience, enhances Dave Tubbs' unit, a chief strength. Beyond the draft, the road ahead. The impact of the new rookies. The 2025 draft class is poised to make an immediate impact, albeit in varied roles. Josh Simmons could start at left tackle by October, stabilizing an offensive line that faltered in the Super Bowl. His ability to protect Mahomes will be pivotal in tight games against AFC rivals like the Buffalo Bills or Baltimore Ravens. Omar Norman-Lott and Ashton Gillette will bolster the defensive line's pass rush depth, critical in a division with mobile quarterbacks like Justin Herbert and Bo Nix. Both are expected to contribute on third downs, with Gillette potentially emerging as a rotational star. Noel Williams will vie for nickel or dime snaps, adding ball skills to a secondary facing elite receivers like Davante Adams and Courtland Sutton. His special teams prowess ensures he'll see the field early. Jalen Royals, Jeffrey Bassa, and Brashard Smith are likely special teams contributors, with Smith offering the most offensive upside as a gadget player. In a best-case scenario, this class helps the Chiefs win close games. 8 of their 2024 victories were by one score, by improving field position and situational defense. Strengthening the core. Long-term, this draft addresses Kansas City's sustainability. Simmons is a cornerstone tackle, potentially replacing both Moore and Taylor, who may be cut in 2026 to save $20 million. Norman Lott and Gil Latte provide cost-controlled depth behind aging stars like Jones, ensuring the defensive front remains dominant. Williams offers insurance as McDuffie and Fulton's contracts near their end, while Smith could develop into Pacheco's 2026 successor. Veach's focus on premium positions, tackle, defensive line, cornerback, reflects a commitment to winning in the trenches, a hallmark of championship teams. The late-round picks, particularly Royals and Bassa, add depth and flexibility, allowing the Chiefs to navigate injuries or free agent losses. This class aligns with Kansas City's goal of maintaining a top-tier roster around Mahomes, Kelsey, and Jones, all future Hall of Famers. The future is bright. The Chiefs' 2025 draft earned high marks from analysts, with CBS Sports' Pete Prisco giving it an A for addressing needs with value. Simmons, Norman Lott, and Gil Latte were lauded as potential steals, while Royals and Smith drew praise for their upside. The class reflects Veach's mastery of late-round value, a skill that has fueled Kansas City's dynasty. Think past gems like Isaiah Pacheco and Trent McDuffie. With Reid's coaching, Spagnuolo's defensive schemes, and Mahomes' brilliance, this group has the infrastructure to thrive. The Chiefs remain a Super Bowl contender, and this draft ensures they'll stay in the hunt for years to come. Community engagement, fan reactions, and predictions. Engage with the audience. Chiefs Kingdom, what do you think of the 2025 draft class? Are you excited about Josh Simmons protecting Mahomes or Ashton Gil Latte chasing quarterbacks? Share your thoughts in the comments and predict which rookie will make the biggest impact in 2025. Will Simmons lock down left tackle, or could Brashard Smith surprise as a return specialist? Let's hear your takes. Highlight fan reactions. Fans on X were buzzing post-draft. At @DailyChiefs_ gave the class an A, calling Simmons a steal and praising the defensive line additions. At Arrowhead Live lauded Veach's value picks, particularly Royals, though some questioned Norman Lott's size. Analysts echoed the enthusiasm. Mel Kiper Jr. called Royals a Day 2 talent at number 133, while PFF praised Norman Lott's pass rush metrics. However, some fans expressed concern about the offensive line's depth, with one ex-post noting, "Simmons is great, but we needed more help up front." Overall, the sentiment is optimistic, with fans eager to see these rookies in action. Looking ahead to training camp. Training camp in July will be the first chance to see this class compete. Can Simmons outshine Moore at left tackle? Will Gil Latte and Norman Lott disrupt in pass rush drills? Fans should watch Smith's speed in return drills and Williams's ball skills in 7-on-7s. The battle for CB3 between Williams and Jalen Watson could be a highlight. Chiefs Kingdom, mark your calendars. Camp will set the tone for another Super Bowl push. Final thoughts. The Chiefs' legacy continues. The Chiefs' 2025 draft strategy was a masterclass in balancing immediate needs with long-term vision. By targeting premium positions like tackle, defensive line, and cornerback, Veach addressed critical weaknesses exposed in 2024 while adding depth and versatility. Josh Simmons could be a franchise left tackle, Norman Lott and Ashton Gil Latte bring juice to the defensive front, and players like Noel Williams and Brashard Smith ensure special teams remain elite. This class, praised by analysts for its value, reinforces Kansas City's championship core. The Chiefs' winning culture, built on Reid's genius, Mahomes' magic, and a locker room of selfless contributors, remains their greatest asset. From undrafted gems like Tommy Townsend to late-round stars like Pacheco, Kansas City has a knack for turning overlooked talent into difference-makers. This draft continues that tradition, setting the stage for another deep playoff run. Chiefs Kingdom, stay tuned for more analysis as training camp approaches. Follow the journey on social media, share your predictions, and join the conversation about Kansas City's quest for another Lombardi trophy. The Chiefs' legacy isn't just alive, it's thriving, and the 2025 draft class is the latest chapter in a story of unrelenting ambition. The evolution of the Kansas City Chiefs, from humble beginnings to dynasty. The Kansas City Chiefs stand as one of the NFL's most storied franchises, a team that has journeyed from modest origins to the pinnacle of professional football. With 3 Super Bowl titles in the last 6 years, the Chiefs have cemented their status as a modern dynasty, driven by a transcendent quarterback, a visionary coach, and a fan base that bleeds red and gold. But the road to greatness was paved with triumphs, struggles, and pivotal moments that shaped the franchise's identity. This article traces the Chiefs' evolution, from their roots as the Dallas Texans to their reign as NFL royalty, and celebrates the enduring passion of Chiefs Kingdom. From humble beginnings. The Dallas Texans, the AFL's trailblazers. The Chiefs' story begins not in Kansas City, but in Dallas, Texas, where they were founded in 1960 as the Dallas Texans, a charter member of the American Football League, AFL. Under owner Lamar Hunt, a visionary who helped create the AFL to challenge the NFL's dominance, the Texans were a bold experiment. Led by head coach Hank Stram, the team found early success, capturing the 1962 AFL Championship with a 20-17 double overtime victory over the Houston Oilers. Stars like quarterback Len Dawson and running back Abner Haynes showcased the AFL's high-octane style, setting the stage for the franchise's future. The move to Kansas City. Despite their on-field success, the Texans struggled to compete with the NFL's Dallas Cowboys for fans and revenue. In 1963, Hunt relocated the team to Kansas City, renaming them the Chiefs to honor the city's Native American heritage and its mayor, H. Roe Bartle, nicknamed Chief. The move marked a fresh start, with Arrowhead Stadium, opened in 1972, becoming the team's home and a cornerstone of its identity. The Chiefs quickly embraced their new city, but the early years were marked by growing pains as they sought to establish themselves in a competitive league. The early years, searching for identity. In their first decade in Kansas City, the Chiefs oscillated between promise and frustration. The AFL-NFL merger in 1970 brought new challenges, as the Chiefs joined the NFL's American Football Conference. While the 1960s saw flashes of brilliance, the early post-merger years were lean, with the team struggling to find consistency. Coaches like Paul Wiggin and John Makovic couldn't replicate Stram's magic, and the Chiefs posted just one playoff appearance between 1972 and 1985. Yet, the seeds of a passionate fanbase were sown, as Kansas City embraced its team despite the struggles. Building a foundation. The Hank Stram era. The first Super Bowl. The Chiefs' first golden era came under Hank Stram, a charismatic innovator who led the team to 3 AFL championship games in the 1960s. The pinnacle was Super Bowl IV in 1970, when the Chiefs, as 13-point underdogs, stunned the Minnesota Vikings 23-7. Len Dawson, the game's MVP, threw for 142 yards and a touchdown, while the Chiefs' 65-toss power trap play, called by Stram on his iconic sideline headset, became a symbol of their ingenuity. This victory, the franchise's first Super Bowl, established the Chiefs as a power and validated the AFL's legitimacy. Stram's 1966 and 1969 AFL titles further cemented the Chiefs as an early dynasty, but his departure in 1974 marked the end of an era. The 1970s and 1980s, a period of transition. The post-Stram years were turbulent. The Chiefs struggled through the 1970s, with aging stars and inconsistent drafts leading to a 44-99-1 record from 1972 to 1982. The 1980s brought glimmers of hope under coach Marv Levy, who led the team to a playoff berth in 1986, but sustained success remained elusive. Arrowhead Stadium, however, became a fortress, with its raucous crowds earning a reputation as one of the NFL's loudest venues. The Chiefs were searching for a spark to reclaim their glory. The arrival of Joe Montana. That spark arrived in 1993, when the Chiefs acquired legendary quarterback Joe Montana from the San Francisco 49ers. At 36, Montana was past his prime but still a master of the game. Paired with head coach Marty Schottenheimer and a stout defense led by Derek Thomas and Neil Smith, Montana revitalized the franchise. In 1993, he led the Chiefs to an 11-5 record and their first AFC championship game since 1969, falling 30-13 to the Buffalo Bills. Montana's two-year stint, 1993 to 1994, included 5,427 passing yards and a playoff win over the Houston Oilers, restoring Kansas City's relevance. His presence bridged the Chiefs' past and future, proving they could compete with the NFL's elite. The rise of the modern Chiefs. The drafting of Patrick Mahomes. In 2017, the Chiefs made a franchise-altering decision, trading up to select Texas Tech quarterback Patrick Mahomes 10th overall. A raw talent with a rocket arm and uncanny creativity, Mahomes spent his rookie year learning behind Alex Smith. In 2018, he took over as starter, throwing for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns to earn NFL MVP honors. Mahomes didn't just elevate the Chiefs, he redefined the quarterback position with no-look passes, sidearm throws, and clutch heroics. His arrival marked the dawn of a new era, one that would see Kansas City dominate the NFL. Andy Reid's impact. The architect of this resurgence was head coach Andy Reid, hired in 2013 after a successful tenure with the Philadelphia Eagles. Reid, a master of offensive innovation, transformed the Chiefs into a juggernaut. His intricate play designs and ability to develop quarterbacks unlocked Mahomes' potential, while his steady leadership fostered a winning culture. Reid's tenure includes 8 consecutive AFC West titles, 2016 to 2023, 5 straight AFC Championship appearances, 2018 to 2022, and a 128-51 regular season record through 2024. His partnership with general manager Brett Veach, who excels at finding talent like Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, has made Kansas City a model franchise. Super Bowl 54 and beyond. The Chiefs' return to glory culminated in Super Bowl 54 on February 2, 2020, when they overcame a 10-point deficit to defeat the San Francisco 49ers 31-20. Mahomes, the game's MVP, threw for 286 yards and 2 touchdowns, cementing his status as a superstar. The Chiefs added 2 more titles in 2023, 38-35 over Philadelphia, and 2024, 25-22 over San Francisco, with Mahomes earning Super Bowl MVP honors each time. Despite a 40-22 loss to Philadelphia in Super Bowl 59 in 2025, Kansas City's dominance, 12 playoff wins since 2019 and 4 Super Bowl appearances, has made them the AFC's gold standard. The Mahomes era. The emergence of a dynasty. Under Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs have become a dynasty, blending historic success with unprecedented flair. Mahomes, at 29, has 2 NFL MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and over 28,000 passing yards, numbers that rival Tom Brady and Peyton Manning at similar career stages. His ability to rally from deficits, seen in Super Bowl LAV's fourth-quarter comeback and the 2023 AFC Championship's 17-10 upset of Baltimore, has defined the Chiefs' identity. Supported by stars like Kelce, Jones, and emerging talents like Isaiah Pacheco, Mahomes has led Kansas City to 8 straight playoff appearances and a 96-30 record since 2018. The Super Bowl era. The Chiefs' 3 Super Bowl titles since 2020 place them among the NFL's elite franchises, alongside the 1970s Pittsburgh Steelers, and deep playoff runs have made Kansas City the team to beat in the AFC, with rivals like Buffalo and Baltimore yet to dethrone them in January. The future of the Chiefs. With Mahomes under contract through 2031, Reid's steady hand, and Veach's roster-building prowess, the Chiefs are poised for sustained success. The 2025 draft class, headlined by offensive tackle Josh Simmons and defensive end Ashton Gillotte, addresses key needs, ensuring depth around Mahomes. While challenges loom, Kelce's eventual retirement, Jones's contract, and a competitive AFC, the Chiefs' infrastructure suggests more championships are within reach. Mahomes, already a Hall of Fame lock, could chase Brady's 7 rings, with Kansas City as his canvas. The Kingdom, Chiefs fans. A passionate fan base. Chiefs Kingdom is more than a fan base, it's a way of life. From tailgates at Arrowhead to watch parties worldwide, Chiefs fans are renowned for their loyalty and fervor. The fanbase's roots trace back to the 1960s, when Lamar Hunt's vision united Kansas City around its team. Today, Chiefs Kingdom spans generations, with fans passing down traditions like the tomahawk chop and game day rituals. Social media platforms like X buzz with Chiefs content, from a daily_Chiefs_draft analysis to fans debating Mahomes' latest highlight. The Arrowhead Experience. Arrowhead Stadium, opened in 1972, is the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. Known as the NFL's loudest venue, it holds a Guinness World Record for crowd noise, 142.2 decibels in 2014. The sea of red, thunderous chants, and pre-game flyovers create an intimidating atmosphere that players like Chris Jones call a 12th man. In 2024, Arrowhead hosted its 10th straight playoff game, a testament to the team's home dominance. For fans, attending a game is a pilgrimage, with tailgates starting at dawn and celebrations lasting long after the final whistle. The future of Chiefs Kingdom. The Chiefs' legacy is inseparable from their fans. As the team continues its dynasty, Chiefs Kingdom grows, welcoming new generations and global supporters drawn to Mahomes' charisma. The fanbase's passion fuels the team, with players like Travis Kelce often citing Arrowhead's energy as a game-changer. Whether it's chanting "Sweet Caroline" or rallying after a tough loss, Chiefs fans embody resilience and pride. Their enduring support ensures the Chiefs' story, past, present, and future, remains one of the NFL's greatest. Final thoughts. The Kansas City Chiefs' evolution from the Dallas Texans to a 3-time Super Bowl champion is a saga of perseverance, innovation, and excellence. From Hank Stram's Super Bowl IV triumph to Patrick Mahomes' modern dynasty, the Chiefs have navigated challenges to become a beacon of NFL success. Andy Reid's leadership, Brett Veach's vision, and Chiefs Kingdom's passion have elevated the franchise to rare heights. As Mahomes continues to rewrite records and the team eyes more championships, the Chiefs' legacy grows ever brighter. For fans and players alike, the journey is far from over. It's a dynasty in full bloom, with Arrowhead as its beating heart.